When I say Northern Iowa, what comes to your mind? What do you want to accomplish against them?
A big-time program, a big-time team with excellent talent. They have great coaching and a team that we haven't beaten in a long time. And it's a big game on our schedule, and we know coming in, especially this being our first conference game, that we're going to have to be on our stuff this week, and that's what we're preparing to do.
Kurt, when you saw the schedule come out, obviously they were first. You guys are 3-0. Good time to play this game. I mean, schedule's a schedule.
I like it. Why wait is kind of my thing. And let's get the conference going. Let's get the season going. Northern Iowa is a big team on our schedule, and the way we play them tough every year, I expect the game to be the same way. So why wait? Let's get the show on the road.
What gives you more confidence heading into this game versus previous matchups? Or maybe it's not, maybe you had the same level before, but how do you feel better prepared, I guess?
I think just recent years playing against Northern Iowa, it's always come down to the last 2 to 5 minutes, knowing that we're going to be in the game, and at some point we're going to face some adversity. And overcoming that adversity is going to be a big part of this football game. And I think as a team we've done well the last 3 games of responding to punches and overcoming that adversity. And I think it gives us some confidence, definitely offensively, but as a whole team, knowing that if we get hit in the mouth, we can come back and respond.
I know the next victory is always the biggest, when you guys are going through the schedule, but considering the history here, having not beat them in 11 years, opening the conference, I mean, would this really be the biggest victory you've had this season to make a statement to everybody?
I think it's kind of a measuring stick, I would say, and it's definitely the biggest victory of the week. Or biggest game of the week, but kind of to see where we're at and get a gauge of what kind of work that have we put in the offseason. Is it going to measure to Northern Iowa, what they've done and their speed and their strength and things like that? And really, are we the team that we think we can be, and are we going to get to where we want to go?
You said the game comes down in the last couple minutes of play here or there. How can you guys make the play this year instead of them making the play?
Just being mentally prepared and being mentally tough. That's one of the biggest things that we've stressed in the fourth quarter, is not only physically being ready for it, but mentally knowing that something like that may happen, and how are we going to respond? Are we going to be tough in that situation, and are we going to be prepared and on our stuff when we get into that type of circumstance throughout the game?
Coach Farley had a concern looking on his face yesterday when asked if his backs were against the wall. Pretty much said, yes, it is. Must win for you guys? I mean, I know it's early.
I think so. I think it really is. And going into conference, we want to start it off right. Last year we did, taking down Illinois State first in the conference and kind of propelling us into Missouri Valley play. And I think it's going to be huge for us to see what kind of competition we're going to face, especially the young guys and the other people who haven't been here, realizing what we're going to face week in and week out. And kind of preparing ourselves for that.
If you do win with the open date coming up, does your 24-hour rule extend to 48 hours? Do you get to enjoy it longer?
I don't think it should. I don't think it should. No, and we realize there's a bye week next week, and I think if anything that should push us even harder this week to get this victory.
Kurt, some of these games, especially here, have had some wacky endings. Before you were here, I mean, they missed a field goal or roughing the kicker. Last year, the 4th down in close play. I mean, is it just them? They make the plays? I mean, how would you describe these types of finishes?
They're crazy, and being here for 4 years, you've seen a lot of things, but it's just the way the ball rolls sometimes, and that's just kind of the nature of the sport that we're playing. And in football, in between the lines, anything can happen. You can lose in the last 20 seconds, you can win and just dominate your opponent, and it's just the way the ball rolls. And we're hoping if we prepare correctly this week and we really have worked hard in the off season and we feel deserving to be out there with them and to compete with them, maybe the ball will roll our way this time.
What do you have to do as an offense to try to ensure that it doesn't come down to a crazy bounce or a break or a penalty in the last 2 minutes?
I would say the biggest thing is just control the line of scrimmage, and Coach Wolf, I'm sure, will talk about it with you guys. And this game's going to be won in the trenches, and how physically we match up against them, and the way that we just kind of push them and try to control the ball and control the line of scrimmage and just be tough and match their toughness and intensity.
Along the same lines of what I asked Jermaine, he says they have great schemes. What kind of pass coverage do you expect to see? Cover 2, cover 4, mix? What do you?
We'll see the cover 2, the cover 4 shell. They're going to give us some cover 3, and then I know they're going to blitz us because they're an attacking defense, and their coach has done a great job over the years of sending things at us that we haven't seen and sending different looks that we may not be expecting. So expect the unexpected would probably be what we're going to get this week.
I know it's only Tuesday, but do you expect practice to have a little more step in practice this week?
Yeah, I believe it will be, and it should be, because this is conference play. This is Northern Iowa. Everything is upgraded, and we got to take this thing to a new level.
Does this have a rivalry feel to it, taking out the record, the wins and whatnot? I mean, did it have a feel like that or no?
I think it does, and it's just because ever since I've been here, it's been a close game. It's been a hard-fought game, and something that both teams go out in between the lines and they give it all they've got. And I think that's the biggest part in the rivalry is two teams just clashing and kind of playing football, and whatever happens, happens, knowing that each team, each coaching staff, and everybody involved with each program has given it all they have.
Is it tough to wait all day to play at 7?
For me personally, yeah, it will be. I'm going to be thinking about it, but the biggest thing is just knowing when to peak and when to get your mind right for the game time. So.
How much of an impact can the fans have on a game like this?
I think they'll have a huge impact. And each week around here, you win, you get more and more fans. So this is going to be a big-time environment for us. We played at Pitt. We played that, and it was kind of a night game, and the clouds were over the sun. We didn't really have much sun, so this is going to be a late-type environment as well, and I think our team's going to respond well to it.
Seeing what Pitt did to Virginia Tech last week, does that give you guys a little boost in confidence that you did that to Pitt?
A little bit. I mean, it's kind of cool to see, but like I said, it's football and the ball can roll either way. But it's definitely exciting to know that we have those positive experiences as a team, and we can use those to kind of propel us and give us confidence in certain situations throughout a football game.
One more question. Same question about Mike Cochran. What has he done for you guys and your biceps?
Like Jermaine said, physically, I think it's huge. We've gotten bigger, we've gotten stronger, we've gotten faster. But more mentally, I think, and as a quarterback, I'm always thinking mental, but there's a point during the game where you're going to want to give up, and when you're tired and you're cramping, but how can your mind overcome your body and say that I want this more than this guy? And I think Coach Cochran's done a great job being around this program for so long and seeing what this program has been in the past and kind of relaying that to us, knowing that these guys really pushed themselves mentally and they really took it to the next level through their mind. And the body's one thing, but the mind's going to take over.